On this second day of Pinsmas, I have my Park Pack Disney subscription to unbox. This is the penultimate Park Pack, so that means we only have one more month left after this one. The Park Pack seems to have gone on for so long because it was on hiatus for many months earlier this year, but we're now finally about to come to an end with this subscription. So at least the subscription for now is the same like always. It is a Park Pack 3.0, which has 3 limited edition 500 pins, and it's available directly through Shop Disney. Ever since Disney lowered the edition size to a total of 1,500 subscriptions, they oftentimes are sold out. Since there's only one more month left in the subscription, I don't know if that means more spots will open up or not. But we'll have to see after that if Disney is going to continue the Park Pack in another form or if they go for some other type of subscription completely. So I'm at least going to enjoy opening up these last 2 subscription boxes. So the theme for this month's pin is Hercules. And so I'm kind of about that. I haven't seen Hercules in a very long time, so it's not anything I collect at all. I don't think I've ever had any Hercules themed pins. So we shall see what these ones look like. As always, we get to take off our nice Disney tissue paper, more cat beds for Micah. Oh wow, this month they did a little bit of extra nice packaging for this. So they sealed this in a full other plastic bag, which I appreciate because oftentimes these kind of get a little bit damaged in shipping. So this is the first time it's come with this extra really nice packaging. I almost wish they could have started with that sooner. But they at least always do come in these little white protective sleeves, so then you can see the actual Park Pack box underneath it. So last month's box was Zootopia, which I was super excited for because Zootopia is my main pin collection. And so with that, it kind of was a little bit higher stakes in terms of like what variants am I going to get. But because I'm not really, that interested in Hercules, it's at least a little bit lower stress in terms of what pins. And I've also seen the variants and they don't seem, I'd say, like super different. Like a lot of times the middle variant that has different characters, you can either get something like really good or something not so good. But so what I've seen, it almost seems like all of the center pins contain Hercules at various stages. So there's not a whole bunch of different characters. But as always, it's fun to see the pins in person, and then it's always the mystery of what are you gonna get. So like before, I'll just do the grand reveal in front of the camera so we can see the pins. And then, ooh, these are quite pretty pins. Very all kind of orangey and yellows. So we'll do a little flip around of the camera to look at these pins up close. So here's a closer look at all of my Hercules Park Pack pins. Like I said, everything is very yellowy and orangey, especially very red with Hades there. But I'm very happy with this middle variant scene because you have Meg and Hercules together. So here's our first pin, and this one features Hades. Here he is all in very hellish shades. So a lot of times when they do color variants, there isn't a huge difference, but this definitely is a big difference between, I think there's another one that he's kind of like in his regular colors, more of like blue tones. I don't know if another one was more greenish, but this one is very fiery to say the least. So it's also a very large pin on pin. It's like the entirety of Hades and the flame he's holding. But if you can see, I'm not as psyched about the quality of this. In his eye, it almost seems like there's kind of a scratch. And then right down here, there's a little bit of a dip. So normally the quality of these Park Pack pins is pretty nice, but this one seems to be a little less than stellar. But this Hades pin variant seems to be pin 2 of 3. We then have our middle frame variant, and this is actually very pretty with a scene with Hercules and Meg. I think the frame itself is maybe a little less detailed than other frames. It is nice that you do get to add in the 2 extra characters here. But frame design overall, I don't know if it's my favorite, but the scene is very nice. And Meg looks a little darker on camera than she does in person, so it's also lit pretty decently. So this pin is also 2 of 3, and what's kind of cool and interesting is that if it kind of comes across on camera, this is a gold metal, and I feel like a lot of the Park Pack pins are more of a silver metal. And then last we have our final stained glass pin, which I think is super pretty. I really like the design on this. You have Phil here, and then we have a young Hercules with an orange background. And it's kind of neat that he's making pretty much the same pose that Phil is. I think the other variants have Hercules at other older stages in his life. But I think the design overall of this pin is really cool, and I have to say it's my favorite out of this park pack. However, this pin also does kind of have some flaws. It's hard to show up on camera, but the transparent enamel is kind of overflowing and spilling out onto the rest of the pin here. So that's just kind of annoying, because this definitely isn't a cheap subscription, and there's no reason why they should be sending out pins that are like this quality unless they all kind of have these issues. But I mean, it's not like it's the worst thing ever. I just kind of like hoped that now we're almost at the end of the subscription, like things would be kind of at peak quality. This pin here also has a nice gold metal finish, and it's super duper tiny, but it is variant 1 of 3. So here again are all of the Hercules Park Pack pins. I do feel like overall it's kind of like a meh box, a little bit of a meh theme. I just kind of hoped that they'll at least next month like really go out with a bang. Like if they don't do Beauty and the Beast in this subscription box, I feel like that's a huge missed opportunity. So that is definitely my guess for next month. I mean, personally, I would really like it to be Emperor's New Groove, but I feel like Beauty and the Beast would be a little bit more of a popular, you know, kind of finishing month theme. I mean, I at least really do like the middle picture with Hercules and Meg, and the stained glass design is super cool, but just like the little flaws are just kind of annoying, and especially because I don't plan on keeping this box for myself. But let me know your thoughts on this month's park pack, and if you have any guesses for what next month is going to be. I don't know if anybody did guess Hercules for this month, so it kind of definitely came up as a little bit of a surprise, like, oh, Hercules. But, you know, anyways, not too bad. I'm just hoping that next month will be a super awesome theme. But thanks for watching!